Hello, this is Lauren, and this is my fun undergraduate series.
Yeah, amazing. Thanks for talking to me today, Lauren. I really appreciate it. This is going to be a good one. Let's kick it right off by imagining who you were 5 years ago, or even earlier than that. So, Lauren, who were you before this program? What kind of person were you in high school and elementary school and things like that?
Before this program, I feel like I was a little shy girl.
Yeah.
When I first got here, I was like really nervous that I would make any friends. I was nervous about living in a house with 9 other people that I never met before.
You should have been, yeah.
And yeah, I don't really know what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it was a big cultural difference because I grew up in Hong Kong, and like obviously things are really different there. I don't know. I feel like I've really grown since I've gone here. I've become more social.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And I'm glad I made a lot of friends.
No, totally. And so what was that relationship between, being in Canada and being Hong Kong like while you were growing up?
Well, I used to go, because a lot of my family's in Toronto, so I used to go to Toronto like every summer to like see my family and go to summer camp and stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess like I was kind of used to that. But like in terms of school, like in my high school, everyone was like super competitive and like only cared about grades and stuff. And like people were mean to each other. So like, I don't know. I'm really glad that it's like not the same thing here. Like everyone like kind of looks out for each other.
That's tough, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like you obviously got into this program, and as I've said before, it's a long program. It's a difficult program. So over the course of this study, inevitably you'll learn some things, you'll forget some things. But what would you say are some of the ways that being in this program has shaped who you are now?
Well, I think like one of the big things is like I'm getting better at public speaking, like doing reviews and stuff, like having to have one-on-one crits with a prof twice a week. The thought of doing that, like when I first came in, was like so scary, like having to spend 20 minutes just talking. But I don't know, now I feel like I'm like really comfortable with it, like I'm fine. Yeah, so I guess that's one big thing that's changed. I guess also like being physically so close to people that you're with in the program, like spending the entire day with them, entire week with them, like it's just like a lot easier to make close friends, like become close friends with people. I don't know, I feel like in high school, like it wasn't as social, like I wouldn't like always be hanging out with my friends. So like I feel now it's like
it's nice though, eh? It's nice to actually have like a group of people around you who are doing the same thing, who are going through a lot of similar struggles. It makes for a really strong environment to be in sometimes. Other times it's also very difficult to be in because everyone's at the low at the same point, but also it's quite wonderful. But no, let's talk more about that system of support that you have made through friends or peers or even maybe some faculty. I'm not sure. What are some of those support systems that you've been most grateful to have during your undergrad?
I think the most important one is like my peers.
Yeah.
Just because like when someone has like an issue, like basically go to anyone and they'll like be helpful. It's not like they'll be competitive and be like, no, I'm not sharing with you.
Did people do that in high school?
For me, yeah.
Oh my God.
People wanted to be number one, so.
That's brutal.
But yeah, just also having everyone do pretty much all the same courses as you, like there's always someone you can turn to if you need help.
Did you ever make any connections with like faculty, like with any of the professors or anything? Did anyone stand out as?
Honestly, not really.
No. Yeah, that's totally fair. It's funny because there's sometimes that divide between the faculty and the students where it can be really hard to bridge that gap and make that connection.
But I feel like it's like really different from high school. Like I've never called a prof like by their last name, like
that's
and they're
true.
always like open to talk whenever. So. And
I think also in masters you'll kind of be more one-on-one with that relationship as well. I'm really glad to hear about the peers thing because it's an essential to like get through it all. It's such a difficult program that you need those support systems to make it through. Do you actually plan on becoming an architect?
I do. I'm doing my master's right after, so I'm trying to get it done like as fast as possible, enter the workforce and make money. Like I'm pretty like happy with where I was working during my co-ops before, so like I'd be happy to go back and like I can see myself working there for a long time. So
is that in Toronto?
Yeah, it's like downtown, like Queens Spadina.
Nice. That's awesome. So you like the work culture here, or?
Yeah, I mean also I think like half the firm were like graduates in Waterloo.
Oh my
and like
God.
They all told me like, oh, go to Waterloo, do your graduate and come back and like get done fast. And then I don't know, it just seems like everyone who works there is like really happy that they're there. So yeah.
Oh, that's
fantastic.
fantastic.
I lucked out with that one.
Yeah, I really hope it works out. I mean, I'm sure it will. You already got there. Oh, that's awesome. To be a little bit, introspective about who you are now, what would you say it is that makes you most proud about who you are right now?
I'm most proud that I'm like still here and I'm finishing my degree, that I didn't drop out. I committed to something and I'm gonna get it done. Because like when I first started architecture, like I wasn't sure if it was like the right thing for me. And then like I kept thinking like, oh, this is like the term I'm gonna drop out. But really? I didn't. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it challenging all the way through?
Yeah. I mean, it's like every single deadline, it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like I would rather do something easier, But
hey, you're only as strong as you are now because you got through all the tough stuff. Did you find a similar vibe at work? Like a similar...
I actually find difficulty? Every single co-op job that I've done has been like kind of easy. Like they don't expect much from me. And I honestly, like I think I enjoy working more than...
That's like, so interesting, yeah.
Because like I just like having the day end at like 5 p.m. and I can just do whatever I want. Like the weekends I can do whatever I want. So I'm like ready to be done school.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But it's funny because so many people they do the architecture job and then they're like, yeah, this is when it's not for me. But it's funny because for you it's the opposite.
Well, I think it's because like people think it's not like very like design related. Like in school, like you basically design everything, and like at work you're just like following instructions. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you like following instructions.
It's just easy.
No,
like,
that's 100%.
I like to be
fair.
Comfortable.
Yeah. And being able to like get it out of your head once you leave.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a healthy work environment to have that kind of situation, which it seems like you've found, which is fantastic. Once you have, it's hard to beat. I guess the last thing I wanted to ask you then is going back to who you were in first year, thinking back to what we were talking about, coming in, being shy and working on being social, things like that. What advice would you give yourself?
I think it's that I shouldn't have had to try so hard for studio and stuff. I definitely spent too much time like pulling all-nighters and stuff when I didn't have to. And like you don't always have to be like doing the very, very best that you can do. Like
yeah, no, that's true. Like
it's not worth it to like not get any sleep and stuff.
Yeah, especially when you like stop taking care of yourself,
Yeah.
One thing that's come up a lot is the fact that it is, even though it's so important to people, it is still school and you're still the most important person at the end of the day. Like if you're taking too much out of yourself, then what does that mean? You still create work that you're proud of, right? Like you still
but it's not like you have to do like every single detail has to be perfect, what I mean? And like I remember in first year, like during some of the deadlines, like I would eat like one meal a day and it would be like
Lauren, no. Oh my god. That's tough. But hey, you're through it. I guess, do you feel like you had to do it to learn it though?
Yeah. I mean, like I've never pulled an all-nighter before like coming here. So. Yeah.
Well, I hope in high school, I hope nobody's pulling all-nighters because that's wild. Like how long did it take you to learn that? Do you think it took the full 5 years?
I guess. I mean, like I thought like, oh, I have to get good grades to like apply to my master's and whatever. But yeah. Now it's like this term, especially, it's like I don't care anymore.
Oh, I love that. That's wonderful. I don't know. It's funny how you say it, but it's totally true. Like it's a much healthier approach. You're clearly taking better care of yourself. Not clearly, but you're taking better care of yourself in like a mental and physical health way, which is always great. Well, Lauren, thank you so much for talking to me today. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone for listening. Lauren, would you like to say goodbye to all the fine people out there?
Thank you and goodbye.